go one, we go all. intheMatrixxx.com. Are you guys ready for some booms? Because we've got them coming your way. We had some Q posts, as you already know. My gosh, guys, we've got a lot going on right here. There's news coming at us fast, coming at us hard. It is April 27th. My gosh, the day's, what is it, Monday? Monday, April 27th at 1:03 p.m. Welcome to the Matrix Groove Hour, and let me bring in my partner in justice, Shady Groove. Shady.
Hello. Welcome everyone to the show today. Matrix, hope you had a great weekend. I hope everyone else out there had a great weekend. And we had a bit of an interruption in the show on Friday. We apologize for that, but we were a little bit over the target, I think, and they weren't very extremely happy with us. So apologize for that, but I think we got a lot of it in there, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a lot of it in there. It was about vaccinations and how they've given us cancer as a virus and, you know, a lot of things like that. So if you missed Friday's show, go check it out. I mean, we were over the target, I tell you.
It ends abruptly.
And it looks like right now we got a little bit of stream messing with too. People are buffering already. The OBS is going from red to yellow to green, Shady. So see what happens, guys. Stay tuned.
Hold on to your seats.
Hold on to your seats, because it's going to be another good show today, as always. Don't forget, you know, you guys, you know, we're self-funded. We've been demonetized by YouTube, and I believe that was for talking about the G5. We'll say it backwards, as it related to the sun virus. So, you know, we know that that's happened. We'll be able to apply, I think, Shady, back in May 1st, we'll be able to do that, but I'll have to cut that part out of the video. So if you guys didn't see the 1917 dig, go back and watch it, and start at 44 minutes, Shady. That one was about the tunnels of Messonnier, with the largest non-nuclear explosion ever, and it has to do with tunnel wars. I think you guys might like it. It was a live dig that a lot of you here participated on, so check that out. Also, Shady, another one that's getting some really good traction is something big is about to drop, which is about the big oil.
Right.
I also have another live dig, a dig that I started and did this weekend, and we've been talking about it here on the Matrix Groove Hour, Shady and I both, but nobody's really talking about it. And I think we got, you know, as I like to look at POTUS tweets, I'm like, oh my God, did he just like give us a nod? And I'll show you what I mean by that. You know, obviously it's probably just a coincidence, but I think there's a lot of people out there, including the mainstream, even, you know, like the Sean Hannitys of the world and the Laura Ingrams. They're not pointing something out to you that basically is the shot heard. It should be the shot heard around the world, Shady.
Right.
And interestingly enough, there's some, you know, sauce to that. And we're going to go over that as a live dig in a little bit, okay? But let's go over the Q post. What do you think, guys?
Let's take a look and see what we got to talk about this morning.
Shady, look at this meme. Look at this meme right here.
That is a beautiful meme.
There's a hammer with a Punisher on it. In fact, underneath the Q, he's got a Punisher tattoo. That's our General Flynn. God bless you, General Flynn. We also had some amazing tweets from the president yesterday. He went on, what do you want to call it, Shady?
Tear?
A tear. He went on a tear. And I tell you right now, it's amazing.
And it's also going to be fun to get to report on here in a few minutes that General Flynn tweeted this weekend.
Yes, and that is amazing. And by the way, Anissa, thank you so very much. We've got several ways to support us since we've been demonetized. You know, we've got the Cash App down there. We've got ZELLE. We've got PayPal. Patreon is the best way, I think, because if you do the $10 or more, you can come join us in the Q Army Plus Discord, where we try to, you know, hang out with you and check out what you're digging on and talk about stuff that we're dropping. And, you know, guys, you guys have been doing a really good job over there digging. It's hard, you know, and a lot of times we will come up with stuff that may not be correct. For example, I did notice in the Q Army server, and I think I upset somebody a little bit, but it wasn't meant to upset somebody. This person posted an Anon's tweet that said, "Oh my God, Malik Obama has the Barack H. Obama Foundation," thinking that it's his brother. But, you know, if you dig a little deeper and read the same tweet that person posted, Barack Obama has nothing to do with that, and it's named after his father.
That's
You know,
correct.
and you know, there's going to be people that are going to try to dismiss Malik, especially since he's reposting Q posts.
Yeah,
So
he's reposting Q posts, he's reposting Q people, and he's posting videos that would be very upsetting to the established deep state.
oh yeah, yeah.
Big Mike.
Yeah. So he's amazing. So guys, you know, make sure you do your own research. That's all. And yes, it's okay to post things that you have questions about. It is. And sometimes when you text, you know, when you see text, you know, I think I might have upset somebody. And for that, I want to just apologize if you were upset. But it was just text. I was just saying that post was inaccurate because I've already dug on that. You know what I mean? Like I've already said, oh my God, Malik has a Barack H. Obama Foundation. Oh my God. But his brother has nothing to do with it. In fact, I don't think he likes his brother.
No, he's definitely not a fan. I was actually watched a video of him kind of speaking with someone. I can't remember what it was, but it was recent, where he was talking about the way that things were completely different before and after he was elected president with him, which does line up to a lot of what we can obviously tell. Once you get into that position, you are massively controlled, and you're not going to be doing anything that they don't want you to do.
That's right. And Demos right there, he's in the Q Army Discord. And he says, we dig and validate. If you post in the Q Army Discord, I mean, that's it. That's what we do.
Yep.
Because, the truth is the truth, even if I don't like it. I've noticed that, in my years, forget just Q. In my years of researching things, there's a lot of things that I found that I didn't like.
Me too.
But it was the truth.
But there's a lot of things that I found because I was trying to disprove them. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, that, whenever we approach something, we're consistently approaching it and attempting to disprove it.
That's right.
That's how we get to these conclusions, because we can't disprove it. A lot of the times is just as good as you can't prove it.
That's right. Now, We're All Mad here says the truth can get ugly. I do say that the truth is very belligerent. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And we're going to go over some stuff today. Yeah, we got some JFK Junior files that were released. I don't know if they were released recently or not, but the timing that people are actually jumping on it is impeccable.
And I think it's actually going to be information that might open, like you and I were talking about, it might open a lot of eyes on the right.
Yes,
on the left. Sorry.
Exactly right. Because we've got some things, and we're going to get into that discussion once we we'll go over that. And
let's do it.
So this is what we're going to do right now. We're going to go over these Q posts, folks. How many people do we have right here? We have 1,109 glorious Patriots.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this wonderful Monday morning in America. The dawn of a new country is here.
Yes. And, I'm trusting the plan. There are things that we've been finding out that, Fauci donated to Wuhan lab, guys. I think our president is letting them expose themselves, and he's doing a damn good job. Press 45 if you agree. So guys, I tell you, let me get my 45 up there. Where is it? Here it is, 45. There you go. He's letting them expose themselves. And what is that, Shady? Do not interrupt the enemy while they're in the midst of destroying themselves. Look at all those 45s.
Well, because they're doing a good job. They're very thorough, and they implement their deep state tactics right on the surface. They think no one is going to notice. And again, look at this. Look at how he's exposed them. And I've gotten a decent amount of pushback from what I would consider fairly awake people, trying to look at this as like, oh, well, he's surrounded by enemies, and oh, what are we going to do? And these people are going to change our country. And yes, it's no doubt they are trying to change our country. Yes, that is what they're doing. They're trying to make you afraid of each other. They really, really, really want you to be afraid of your fellow American. And last week, the president, in my opinion, blew the lid off this whole thing whenever he started talking about the truth of UV light and the way that it can help the body heal from the flu. Right. It's crazy, the stuff that we have been digging on in the background, the heal light and all of these different technologies. And I just really want for you to imagine how your friends and family are going to react whenever it becomes mainstream that they have been hiding very simple, inexpensive cures for all types of human ailments for decades, maybe centuries. And I think that this is going to be a red pill that will really get us a long way to help people understand that you cannot trust the AMA, you cannot trust the medical establishment, we cannot trust the CDC, we cannot trust the WHO. And because of the president putting Fauci and Bricks up there right up front, now we all know that.
That's right.
Personally, it's our own journey to figure it out.
Shady, Anissa Heichel says, cure the time forgot. No, it's the cure that the elites hid from us.
Correct.
And
manipulation.
Wait till you find out that they've been killing us on purpose. Wait till the mass public realizes that they killed your aunt that died of breast cancer.
Yep.
That they killed your grandfather or uncle that died of cancer.
Yep.
They killed us, folks.
Yep, they sure did. Not on both ends, once we're old and before we're born.
Yes.
Dramatically taking away the growth and the entrepreneurship, the American spirit. They have dramatically decreased that over the last 40 or 50 years with all the implementation of Planned Parenthood.
God bless you, Sandra.
And the diseases that we know now, pretty sure, are reverse engineered from an antidote.
And look at the people. God bless each and every one of you that lost a family members to the scourge of people, of the invisible enemy.
The invisible enemy.
God bless you all. I'm praying for you all right now. I mean, it's just...
it's going to be hard, man. I mean, if you think objectively, I mean, I can point to 10 people in my family that couldn't say no to radiation and chemotherapy. They couldn't say no. You can't walk out of that place knowing that you have that and not taking whatever it is they're recommending. Like, everybody is under that mind control, and that's what it is. It's mind control.
Kevin Brown's been paying attention. He does know it's biblical. It's the Jesuit bark. It's quinine, guys.
Jesuit powder.
Jesuit powder, Jesuit bark. Yes, from the tree. What is it? The Chinlupa tree? I can't remember exactly.
Chinocha or something tree. But it goes back to the as far back as the early 1600s, guys. Okay.
And before that too.
You got to understand they the ancient, and that was quote unquote European modern understanding of this, but in the tribal the Maya and the Incan, it was a very popular medicine.
Yeah,
they used it because they lived in environments where malaria and sickness were spread around by insects, and they kind of knew how to fix it. And now we see a lot of these diseases that Americans have are directly related to these particular types of dysfunction.
Yep, and maybe we have the Q team here today. Let's see if they do any drops during our show. I always love when that happens, Shady. And you guys have witnessed some pretty amazing things here. So let's go over the Q post, Shady, right now that we've got for the 426. So basically, I forgot to read this, Shady. It's this will be my thread for all Q posts for Sunday, April 26, 2020. At General Flynn will be completely exonerated this week, and more. Let's go, Shady. What do you think?
Let's jump in.
Let's do it. All right, so here we go. Here you go. So this is the JPEG right here that it looks like, the old church, right? The one if by land and two if by sea. Remember the two lanterns. It leads to Maria Baratomo, her tweet, and it says this. Breaking news. Sources tell me General Flynn will be completely exonerated this week. It was a total fraud, a setup, more tomorrow, which is today. Boom.
You guys see this?
Boom.
You're understanding that this, I think, was a very important part before we can get to the D-class or deep state takedown aspect of this operation. And, just to put it out there to everyone, with what's going on with Q, there's X amount of speculation, and a lot of people can't really understand the inference. We're quote unquote Q people or Q decoders or whatever you want to say, but we have to see things.
I see Q people.
Right. We have to see things for what they are, right? We have to see events and things that occur as what is happening and connect them back. And I think that a lot of people are getting a little bit off the rails with thinking that, they should be frog marched and all this stuff has got to happen on my timeline. And it was over a year ago where Q made the post to us that we will not interfere with their timeline. In other words, what we think kind of doesn't matter. we're going to go along with the plan. And the plan has, like you've said before, we have stop points of where things have to develop or things come up that are new or whatever it is that we have to deal with. And I really do feel like that General Flynn being exonerated, not pardoned. And there's a big thing with that too. Like, everybody pardon General Flynn.
Want to go into the, I've got the actual exoneration here, Shady. Here you go.
Right. We want an exoneration. We want all things wiped clean.
Absolving from blame.
Right. And we want him made whole. The state has to pay everything that he has had to pay for this interruption and rudely attacking him in his life with no basis in fact, with no evidence. That's where he's at. And so we don't really want a pardon. We want exoneration. We want him to, the slate to be wiped clean and nothing to be on his record, because he didn't do anything wrong other than try to protect his family, because he knew that Mueller or the team or Weissman or whatever they were, Strzok, McCabe, he knew that they weren't kidding whenever they said they were going to go arrest his kid and just screw up his family with a brand new, a newborn baby. They knew that that was something that would make him move, and it did.
Yeah. And let me tell you, also the POTUS, and we'll get to that in a second. Maybe I'm jumping ahead. But, I wanted to point something out that, this is the lanterns at the old church. And by the way, at 2:30 p.m., we're all going to go take a field trip to LK Dark to Light to see the new Serial Brain premiere that he's got for us. And this is for LK. Do you know what the address of the old church in Massachusetts is, guys?
Tell me.
193 Salem.
Boom.
Now, if you guys know the cult of 93 and what 193 means, it's pretty interesting. And if you don't, we're going to head over to LK Dark to Light and learn some more about that today. So, by the way, we did a TinEye on this, or a reverse image search, and it came up with I see lit lantern.
Oh, I like the way you say that.
Yeah, I don't want to say it the other way.
I read that different.
I know you did, and that's why I'm trying to correct it before you get all sideways on us. I see lit lanterns. So that's one, singular. One, if by land. Two, if by sea. Okay? So, what about the next wave? I mean, then we have the General Flynn post about him being free. What if the next wave is by land? What if this will be the land wars of the revolution now?
Interesting.
And we're going to kick their frickin' butts, guys.
Or what if it's indicating one if by land, like we were talking about last week, we're bringing the ship to the bank.
Right.
We're pulling their
You can take that to the bank, and then we got that in the that'll be in that one thread that I did yesterday, Shady, too, yep. Kind of. And that ties right into that, my friend.
Yeah, and so we're seeing this, these connections to Lexington and Concord, the connections to the lighthouses, the connections to one if by land, two if by sea, all of the old it's just really remarkable how interconnected all this stuff is that they're presenting to us, and how these timelines are lining up from historical events. Like, it's almost like they used historical events to map out the plan.
By the way, Joe Ray Perkins for Senate, Oregon, says taking our land back, Joe Ray. 100%. And by the way, thank you for shouting out the website yesterday for us, Joe Ray. We really appreciate that. We've got eyes everywhere. I love you. Thank you.
We've got great patriots all around this planet, my friend. It is incredible, the amount of people that communicate with me from outside of America who are doing exactly like what was read in the post that we did, that Q posted. The whole world is watching, America, and we're all praying for you. And that is happening. And if you can't feel that, if you as an American sitting where you're sitting watching this show, if you can't feel those people praying for you, I would advise you maybe to step outside and just calm your mind for 5 seconds, because, man, the energy that people are putting out towards the faith in freedom right now on planet Earth is stronger than I think it has ever been in recorded human history, man. I really do. And it's led by our president and all of you great patriots. It's not led by the bureaucracy right now. It's led by you guys and the president, which is just astonishingly amazing.
So, and let's make sure we get these kind of patriots in our government, a government of the people, for the people, by the people. And here's a great choice for Oregon, Shady.
Jo Rae Perkins is my pick for Senate out here, and she's doing an amazing job of fending off the trolls and driving her message, which is freedom, and it is the right to choose. Like, we all should have the right to choose our freedom, not be told by bureaucracy what we can and can't do, which I think a lot of you are living in states right now that are quite on that page. They're little tyrants out there running around.
Shady, look what she's got here, donation amount. Look at that number, guys. Can we get one of you to give her a 17?
Give her a 17 donation, please. Support the campaign.
We have a future senator, guys, because I'm just going to say it. I'm going to call it. We've got a future senator right here in chat with us, guys. God bless you, Jo Rae Perkins. Also, I want you to look at Jesse for Congress as well. That's down here going against
Jesse Melton.
Yeah, Jesse Melton. That's going down. Look at the 17s, guys. Jesse Melton, she's going against Ted Deutsch, who claims that he's a Jewish person, but he supports radical Islam policies. Interesting.
And he's grossly connected to Muslim Brotherhood.
Grossly connected. And let me just get
in
you
ways that we haven't even gone into on the air. I mean, you guys, if we were to dig into that, you would be in the back of your seat.
Yep.
It's crazy. What's up? Somebody from Medford. Hey, Coy, I'm near Medford.
There you go. So there's Jesse Melton going against the deep state. And guess what else happened in Jesse Melton's district that she's running for, guys? Parkland, right?
Yes, sir.
So that was allowed to
a
happen, folks. That's a big deal. Yes, and Praying Medic, deal. Bonnie's bringing up what you said to me earlier. Praying Medic did a great interview on SGT. I believe you're right.
Yes, he did.
And we're actually going to answer some of SGT's questions right here on this show in a little bit. Stay tuned.
Yes, that was a really great interview where, and if you have like friends that are sort of Q or maybe don't understand Q at all, it is a good interview to send people to get some general basics of like what we're all thinking, because it's really hard to understand like how we trust the plan and we don't know the plan, right?
Right.
I mean, we really, honestly, we don't know the plan, and we don't speculate that we do know the plan, but we see all of these different events happening and we connect them and say, well, that's obviously the plan. Why else would he put Fauci and Bricks out there if not to expose them? And then, you know, watching her look down whenever he said the thing about UV light the other day, that was telling to me, like that was live in real time. And it was almost like this defeated look came over her face, because they know, these people in charge know that there are cures for this stuff.
That's right. And Shady, this is a 2-year delta today. Why don't you read that for us?
All right, let's see here. Here we got Q post 3330, and it is a 2-year delta. Chain of command, chain of custody. Pence, chief of staff plus wife. FBI 302s. FISA, spy to Flynn. Will newly discovered evidence AG bar to SDNY free Flynn. Q.
You know, and I always thought that, you know, the Southern District of New York, or right? I almost think that means Sidney Powell.
It very well could be Sidney.
Now, look at this, guys. So let's go over to General Flynn's tweet. Look at that. Look at that, guys. April 24th.
What a moment.
At 10:08 p.m. So, curiosity, what do you think that timestamp is? Let's do 10:008 in QAG, folks. What do you think that might be? Do you think there might be any General Flynn?
Let's see.
Hashtag 1008, Shady. Let's see what we got.
You think we might have done this already? You want me to read this one?
Yes, please. Let me just make it bigger so people can see it better. There you go.
All right. This is Q Post 1008 on April 4th, 2018, a little over 2 years ago.
Off General Flynn's first tweet since September of 2017's timestamp.
No, yeah, let's set that up. That's exactly right. General Flynn has not tweeted since about a month and 10 days before Q started to post. He has not made a public tweet until Friday. I think it was Friday night.
Yep.
And so then we see the timestamp says 1008. So we just go look at post 1008. And so let's read it. Let's see if that has any connections. It was not supposed to be revealed POTUS is not under criminal investigation. Not yet. Traitor. Massive intel sweep. Manafort was a plant. Trace background. Open source. Who was arrested? Non-U.S. Trace background. Open source. Carter Page was a plant. Trace background. Open source. Why is Mueller going after inside plants? Flynn is safe.
What?
Flynn is safe.
Thank you.
Define witness. Can a witness hold a position of power or influence while ongoing? Think about that. Russia, real or fake? Fake. J.A. Seth Rich. MS-13 187 2 24 distance. MS-13 13M MSM the wheel. No investigation into the WikiLeaks receipt of information. No pull down of NSA metadata. Trace C to WikiLeaks. No pull down of NSA metadata, period. Nothing transferred across the web. Direct to direct bypass dump. No direct investigation into DNC computer software. No direct investigation into CS. FBI, SC, Chuck Schumer. FBI, Supreme Court, DOJ, Fed. G simply trust Schumer's report on data breach, Hussein block, Hussein control, Hussein state secrets, White House national security articles, 1 through 9 buried, A1 attached, America for sale, cheating Obama, trust the plan, April showers. Q.
Bring May flowers, Shady.
They sure do, and we are on the cusp of May flowers, my friend. May Day is just around the corner.
So General Flynn is safe, right? Pretty interesting, right?
And it's pretty interesting to note what we were discussing earlier, which is these investigations, there is a pivot point. There's like a hub of a wheel that all this is revolving around, and we kind of are speculating that all of it is in limbo until General Flynn is officially exonerated. Once that occurs, then all you know what is going to break loose in the mainstream media, because remember, they're still your mockingbirds. Every mockingbird orifice out there still is calling General Flynn a Russian spy and a traitor.
Shady, why do you think they were saying, look here, not there? Or CS could be CrowdStrike. Oh, Kim E., thank you. Thank you for that.
It is CrowdStrike in that post.
Yeah, thank you for that. And CrowdStrike is coming out attacking us. Hi, Defango. How you doing, brother?
Yeah. He's a real gem, that one.
Yeah. So interesting that General Flynn posts at 10:08 and it leads to General Flynn. Interesting today is a General Flynn 2-year delta. I mean, can it get more mathematically coincidental than that, Shady?
Total coincidence.
It would be done in 30. So yes, done in 30. So let's see, right? Apparently it could be today. So maybe we missed a marker somewhere. Do you see what I mean?
And I just dropped in the tweet that I have on my page for CrowdStrike. If you guys want to dig into all the CrowdStrike posts on QMap, I've got them organized there where you can see how relevant this is, because CrowdStrike and Fusion GPS are the center of all of this.
So let's look at that. So Q posted it, and guess who retweeted it, dude? Almost 4 hours later from Maria's tweet. And 3.5 hours from Q's tweet. Look at that. Our president of the United States retweeted a Q post, Maria Baratomo, talking about General Flynn will be completely exonerated this week. It was a total fraud, a setup. What do you think?
I expect booms.
You think he got booms? So, and then also the POTUS actually retweeted Barbara Flynn.
Barbara Flynn got POTUSed.
Yeah. So, I was talking to Joe. I'm like, wow, dude. He's like, oh, my God, I hope this stuff is real. He's like, Barbara's heading down to 7-Eleven to get some more Boone's Farm. They were celebrating yesterday, so
I hope they're celebrating.
Prayers to the Flynn family, guys.
I saw...
Now, let's shade. Let's, for curiosity, I haven't done this yet. Let's look at 2102. What do you think?
Okay.
Hashtag. Okay. So that would be 2102. There's a lot more than you realize. Think a collective attacks versus Q. They attack Alex Jones to give him fake credibility amongst POTUS supporting Patriots. Thus, poisoning the water and directing the narrative of all opposition through Moss-supported, that's Mossad, supported asset, aka AJ. All team effort, coordinated, collective attacks with pawns and actors serving the black hat agenda and attempting to control and divide you and I, us patriots. Attacks will come from all sides. Control and divide. Think Mueller. Who is testifying before Mueller tomorrow? Forensic data analysis on phones and or computers. This is not about Guccifer 2.0. What happens if Mueller proves Free Speech Systems LLC, aka InfoWars, is linked to foreign intel agency or another non-domestic entity? How can the left use that information to divide and censor the right? Why are affiliates of InfoWars constantly attacking Q? Who is pulling the strings? Killbox, Arrows, Free Speech Systems LLC, Shady. I thought that was interesting, maybe. So let's look at also 902. This is just a lot. I'm just interesting.
No, it is interesting, and that's a great post for people to understand, for the ones out there that are getting the pushback that, oh, Alex Jones is not that bad of a guy.
Right, 902. Let's look at 902. Well, and again, a lot of people woke up from Alex Jones. I get it. Here's 902.
Doesn't mean he was accurate.
Look at 902. Coming from POTUS's retweet time from General Flynn, Shady. Look at this.
I love it.
Seals. Where there was once darkness, there is now light. Sea to shining sea. Godspeed. Q. Now, where there was once darkness, there will now be light was also in a Kim Jong-un video, Shady.
Yes, it was.
Where there was once darkness, there is now light. I think that was for the summit in Singapore.
It was the summit. That's correct.
Yeah.
It was the summit in Singapore.
So I think we got some booms, guys. Those are booms.
That's some definite booms.
Now let's take a look at 4/27/18, because I have every single Q post on my frickin' timeline on Twitter, Shady.
So we
February.
can go back in time and look at what was going on right then.
Right. So if
So
us
amazing.
supporting Flynn is yet another future proves past, guys.
Correct.
So this is, why would Flynn plead guilty to something untrue? Define testimony, define on record. Who knows where the bodies are buried? Flynn is safe. Expand your thinking. And I think we just did that post, Shady. Oh, wait, this is done in 30. This is the done in 30, Shady. Let me just read it on Twitter. Hang on, let's go to Twitter.
Yeah, that's the, I was going to say, get your thread up. There you go.
There you go, buddy boy.
Now you got the picture.
There it is. So why would Flynn, yeah, there it is. Done in 30. 30. So we should maybe, if he is exonerated today, we need to go back 30 days to see what we missed, guys. House report backs claim that FBI agents did not think Flynn lied. And that's your, what's that guy's name that began with a P? Priestek?
Pienka.
Pienka, right, Pienka. This is a farce, guys. And why would the Democrats want us watching China when Q says, look here, not there. Look here, Russia, not there, China. Guys, we were doing a little bit of digging today, just before this, and everybody's wondering, why are the Democrats taking so much time? Well, Kiwi Patriot there found something from the 1900s. It was like a study. It was a physics study. And it takes 33 days for a virus to become a pandemic. And that was 1 month, 2 weeks, and like 4 days is how long they lasted and took their time, Shady.
Isn't that interesting?
33 days.
Wow.
Yeah. Or you can go, if you want to go to intheMatrixxx.com, new to Q, you can go there, Tumbleweed UK. But Praying Medic's video is very good. Here we go. So here's another Flynn one. What was completed and released today regarding Flynn? Done in 30. Expand Q. And that is April 27th, 2018. That's another 2-year delta, guys. What's the date today?
Today is April 27th, 2020.
So is this mathematically impossible? Oh, 33 weeks. I am, yes. Sorry, Kiwi. 33 weeks. Thank you, guys. I thought it was days. Dang it. That ruins my whole theory, Kiwi.
Yeah, Kiwi.
But I can admit it. I can admit it. All right, so, but check this out. 33 weeks still does mean something because it went back to what? That would be September of 2019. And that was when they were having Wuhan was having a dry run of the virus.
Yeah, remember a lot of people are forgetting that right before all of this stuff happened, they had a big celebration in Wuhan, China, a big citywide potluck where everyone came out and shared food with everyone right before they stopped anyone from Wuhan traveling to the rest of China and sent people to Italy, Europe, and Americas, and all over the world from that city. They were trying to light the fire into this in the whole world. I think that might be why the president hit the ground running so hard, even though he knew they weren't going to need all of this equipment, hospital space, ventilators or whatever. I think he knew that they were going to
18 of September.
Try to set this off in the whole world, and we're preparing for whatever they try to do in any country to step in and help.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're already, we've already fixed a lot of the supply lines and gotten a number of corporations to step in and take the burden of making some of this equipment.
Check this out, Shady. This is Donald Trump's tweet. I had to fire General Flynn because he lied to the vice president and the FBI. He has pled guilty to those lies. It is a shame because his actions during the transition were lawful. There was nothing to hide. Flynn Jr., when he was on Twitter, said American patriot General Flynn did not lie to Pence or anyone else in the administration about his perfectly legal and appropriate conversation with Russian Ambassador Kisilak in December 2016. Why would a highly decorated military intel officer lie about something legal? Been an MSM lie from day one. Now look, he had to sell his house in Virginia, guys, to pay his legal bills. Did Michael Flynn just reveal something very important about the Russia investigation? And here's some Q posts. This one was 4/25/18. We knew this day would come. We knew people would need a guide. We all have a part to play. We knew Flynn would be challenged. Part of the plan? Flynn Jr. recent did not lie to VP? Timing. Plan. Signal sent. White House position? Moves and counter moves. Roll outside the White House. Lost house. Funds for legal. Beat up. You are watching a ... movie. What is right? What is wrong? Up is down. Left is right. Left is left. White House position. Rapid changes. Why? Planned. Visibility in one helps the other. Connected. C_A to SEC of state. NK, Iran, Russia, China, Mexico. Why is this relevant? Think pushback, open source. Why? They are watching. Proofs provided to retain. Future proves past. History books. Q. I love that meme.
That is a beautiful meme.
You know what I mean? So expand your thinking, everybody.
I remember.
I remember.
I remember.
I did this 2 years ago, Shady. Isn't that crazy? So expand.
You're older now.
Who interviewed Flynn? I'm 2 years older. Who interviewed Flynn? What redacted text were released yesterday? Coincidence. Why did Flynn take the bullet? Rubber bullet? Lawmakers make public. Lawmakers learned Gmail draft comms yesterday. More. Here it is right here, Shady.
And this is Q post. It doesn't have a number on it, but
it's a 2-year delta though.
The 2-year delta from
it's
today.
1282, Shady.
Expand. Who interviewed Flynn? What related text? I mean, look at this, guys. I mean, this is literally the rubber bullet. The rubber bullet means he admitted to fault so that he could insert information into the system for other investigations.
And
who knows where the bodies are buried?
And that leads to our theory, Shady. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, who knows where the bodies are buried?
That's right.
What is it?
So did they have to get Flynn out before we declass, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that.
Yeah, because the declass is going to reveal things that are truthful, and Flynn needs to be known as who he really is before this information comes out, because there's going to be a lot of questions directed his way once people realize that he within the NSA discovered this whole freaking scheme to sell every single thing through SAPs through China, and it was all pay to play. He discovered that and started making moves against them well before Trump.
Yeah. Here's Bless the Teachers out there. What's up, Rick? How are you? Thank you for stopping by. We love you when you stop by.
I think we're going over there later this week, aren't we?
Well, we haven't decided yet. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. We're invited to go over to Rick. So, Rick, you let us know which day. We're open either way. Both days are good, Rick.
Yes.
But check this out. You got new text messages reveal that the FBI agent was friends with the judge, Shady.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That sounds swampy.
Yeah. We got all the Pence haters in here today right now. I think he's under our president's orders. I think he's safe. Not everybody was bad, guys. GOP-led House panel clears Trump campaign and Russia probe. Remember that? What was completed and released today? That's what it was. Okay? And that is, again, these are 2-year deltas, Shady. I wasn't good at cropping back then. Look at it. I've gotten much better.
That's all right. It's an archive and it's there.
But how cool is this? Is a 2-year delta, folks. This is a 2-year delta of Q posts.
And Q directly posted the tweet by Bartiromo that said, this week, big news on the exoneration. She didn't say big news in the Flynn case. She was very specific and said an exoneration is coming for Flynn this week.
That's right. Yeah. So let's see.
Literally 2 years to the day?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Come on. That's mathematically possible, right?
That's mathematically, it happens every day.
Yeah. I mean, this is all happening. I mean, it is now happening. I mean, we're not joking.
Well, it is now, but it used to seem weird.
Right? So House report backs claim that FBI agents did not think Flynn lied. That was a story 2 years ago, guys. Yet these people have been doing the... Blessed T says, awesome, on Wednesday then. So we're going to go... Matrix and Shady will be on Blessed to Teach YouTube channel Wednesday. And I think that's... is that 9 p.m. Eastern? Because I think he does it 10 Central. So yes, we'll be there, friend.
He's in middle time, so I get confused.
He's in middle time. So anyone getting the feeling that Twitter is Trump's laser pointer and the Democrats are all cats? Does anybody get that?
I get that.
Shady, here's another one. This is a big drop. Let me see if I goof this one up too. Look at that. This is Q Post 36.
And this one, remember we had this Q post.
Take a look. These are all of Flynn drops as of this time, guys.
And remember, we were reading 36 just last week whenever we had the president calling out the number 36, and then we had something else.
Tom Hanks called it out.
Tom Hanks, that's where it was, right, on Saturday Night Live. Yep, that's right. Both those things pointed us to this post just last week.
Yeah. And here's 97 on Flynn. Whoops. Here's 97. This is, let's see. Game theory defined. This was November 5th, 2017. Why is this relevant? Moves and counter moves. Who is the enemy? False flag. Shooter identification. Shooter history. Shooter background. Shooter family. MS-13. Define hostage. Define leverage. MS-13. Shooter family. Hostage force. Narrative. Race. Background. Why is this relevant? Flynn. What is Flynn's background? What is his rank? Was he involved in intel ops? What access or special privilege? Why is this relevant? Setup. Who wins? Who becomes exposed? Who knows where the bodies are buried? Who has access? What is military intelligence? Who has part of military? Who was part of military intelligence during BO term? Well, our General Flynn was.
Sure was.
Who was fired during BO term military intelligence? Was that our General Flynn, guys? Why is this relevant? Reread complete crumb graphic. Confirmed. Good. Paint the picture. Disinformation exists and is necessary. And we can pick and choose which one that is, Shady.
Yep.
10 days, darkness, war, good versus evil. Roadmap of big picture is here. Preview post happenings. Clarified crumb not only for poll. The silent ones. That's your silent enemy, guys.
The invisible enemy.
Others monitoring, friends and enemies, instructions, Snow White, Godfather 3, Q. Wow.
And also, let's just point out real quick that we, not long ago went over this post, and it was connected to, notice how it says here, a lot of people claim 10 days darkness, but whenever we went back and we looked at this post, remember this is November, if I'm not mistaken, November 5th. So this was a week into Q posting. This says 10 days, period.
Yeah, Shady looks like
Darn,
YouTube is asshole.
And then darn kiss, not darkness.
Oh, yeah, darn kiss. That's right.
So this is, 10 days of darkness. That is not really what it said way back then.
Darn kiss.
Darn kiss. And there's a period after 10 days, which means that's the end of the sentence.
So apparently YouTube is screwing with you guys, buffering. Just back up just a hair, and that should be okay. The silent ones relate Italy. No, the silent ones, Kevin, relate to the hidden hand that's been ruling us for centuries, folks.
That's Fed.
The Federal Reserve. And we'll get into that too, Kevin. I'll show you what I mean. Screen is fuzzy because YouTube, if you have a little cog, you see your pause, mute, live. On the other side, there's a cog, like a gear wheel. Click that and reset your settings to HD.
YouTube will bring you in at 144.
YouTube is
asshole.
Yeah.
Did you have to hold up a cue card?
No. Who knows where the bodies are buried? Flynn is safe. We protect our Patriots, guys. Here's another one. Another Flynn. How bad is the corruption? FBI, past, present, number one, number two. Plus 29. 16. DOJ, past, present, number one, number two. Plus 18. State, present. Removal is the least of their problems. Projection, Russia, D, HRC. Twitter bots, Google operated, Shady, not Russia. Narrative and political slant. Kind of reminds me of some Google that's attacking the movement right now. Biden, China, big development, traders everywhere. America's for sale. Flynn, targeted. Why? Who knows where the bodies are buried? Cleared of all charges. We knew this March 17th, 2018, Shady.
Yes, sir. And I would like someone out there who just talked about the media and the president and the invisible enemy. Whenever he's referring to the invisible enemy, he is referring back to the operation that goes on without anyone knowing called Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. It is instigated by the controllers. They have a plan, they have an architecture, they have a schematic, they have a blueprint. It's laid out. William Cooper laid it out in Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars decades ago, and that is what the president is referring to, is this overreaching underbelly of the bureaucracy that cooperates and coordinates with the mainstream media and with globalism to attack freedom. Remember, there is no other country on planet Earth where a man or his family is allowed to stand armed on his property and defend it from anyone attempting to harm them. There is no other place on planet Earth where that's illegal. You guys realize that? Yeah. You are the last bastion of personal individual liberty on planet Earth. Now get that, let that sink in. You understand the importance of that and understand what we're protecting, as well as the invisible enemy we're fighting. I'm going to drop that link for you guys to scroll through that. But I want you to understand that this is so much bigger than just the media. The media is a small arm of this.
Right. And, we're talking about General Flynn. This is historic, guys. But Pence is bad. Do you guys see what happens here, guys?
Don't slide stuff.
Okay, what does slide mean? I got in trouble for that. Do you know what slide means, guys? It's a very common troll tactic.
Yeah, it's whenever someone is talking about something that's relevant and important and someone else decides to change the narrative.
Right. Like Kim Jong-un right now.
The conversation. Like what?
Like Kim Jong-un.
Like Kim Jong-un. Right. Kim Jong-un is dead. I mean, he's alive.
He's dead. He's alive. He's alive. I'm going to wait for POTUS to confirm. Well, Pence equals Richard Cranium. Why are we talking about Pence?
I think he did confirm, by the way he
Who's your president, man?
POTUS.
Yeah, that's who I trust. All right, so look at this. This is a president tweet. Oh, wait, this is from the report, Shady. And, this is General Flynn pled guilty to making false statements to Federal Bureau of Investigation regarding December 26th conversation with Ambassador Kislyak. even though the Federal Bureau of Investigations agents did not detect any deception during Flynn's interview. Let me see. This is the FBI text messages, guys. Did not detect any deception.
That was specifically left out of the report that was handed to FISA judges.
Right. And we had it, Shady.
Had it.
So life ain't all that good and it's worth dying, but baby, I'll always take the bullet for you. And that's our General Flynn. He took a rubber bullet for us, guys. And yeah, I'm buffering too here, Shady. I'm going to pause it just in case that's part of my bandwidth issues. Pretty wild.
I mean, it looks like it's streaming okay on my end. Like I've not lost the stream and everything seems to be running.
But we're talking about Flynn and corruption, guys. And Michael Flynn resigns National Security Advisor. This is a very good graphic if you want to take it. Take what's here. Pence was in the Q post that you read. Oh,
yes,
gotcha.
he was in the Q post. They were talking about how they tried to infiltrate his chief of staff and his positions.
Yeah. Yep. So,
and I'm not going to sit here and try to say that I know either way. Let's make this clear. I don't know either way. I know there's a lot of stuff out there on him, but I also know that he has not deviated or done anything underhanded towards the president. There was all this information that was out there about.
Yeah, he's running Space Force. He did the negotiations for the wall.
Well, there's all this speculation out there from these Paul Ryan emails. Okay, how many people out there have seen these Paul Ryan emails?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you right now, that is BS. Those were fake.
That's crap.
They were fake. They've been proven to be fake.
Yeah.
We know that they were fake. It wasn't real. Not to say Pence is anything. I'm not defending, and I'm not.
But I trust my president. Okay, so let's go back to 2-year Delta, Shady. Here's more Flynn 2-year Delta, Shady.
Expand. Who interviewed Flynn? What redacted texts were released yesterday? Coincidence? Why did Flynn take the bullet, the rubber bullet lawmakers make public? Lawmakers learned Gmail draft comms yesterday? Lawmakers go hunting. What is the purpose of a laser pointer? You have more than you know. Comms understood Q. Now that's Q reposting and then answering, I think immediately that same day, right? Yeah.
Yep, 2-year Delta.
FBI found no evidence of lying. Why was Flynn charged? Expand your thinking. Fox News article, Flynn charged in special counsel Russia investigation. 1 and 1 don't equal 2. Eyes open. Comms good. Q.
Wow,
Basically saying to us, do you see? And I'm having like a little bit of flashback here to like when these posts were coming out and when we were starting to learn. You got to realize that Q started explaining the stuff about Flynn very early on in the messages, but we weren't getting this whole picture. It's interesting now to look back of like these pieces of the picture that we had and how this whole thing was developed, and how information wasn't really released to us until it was utilized in the investigation first.
Yeah.
Then it came to us so that we could have the information, because we are the people and we're supposed to know what's going on in our government. There is a constitution that says your government is supposed to be transparent. This, the whole thing, it's transparency in government. It's literally showing you how we have to restructure the whole organizations of all the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Connected to Flynn, connected to D-Class, connected to Mueller, connected to the Russia witch hunt that they knew the day they launched the investigation was bogus. That's a big deal. Knowingly.
And he pled guilty because they wanted to kill his family, dudes.
Well, they were going to charge his son and attack him with all kinds of weird stuff. Remember, they even set him up with the picture with Putin.
Yeah.
They set it up right before all this stuff started to happen.
Guys, we're not talking about Pence anymore.
Yes, we're talking about Flynn, guys.
This is General Flynn. This is history, guys. We are showing you 2-year Delta posts, folks. Focus with me. Adhere to me. Adhere to me. I love you guys. 2,000 watching now. Where we go, one we go all. And General Flynn is watching right now. We love you, General Flynn. By the way, Shady, this is 1284, responding to the one that you just read. So keep going.
Yes, I thought 1254. I thought I read it.
No, you read the one above?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did. Okay. Sorry. Now I see where you're at.
You're good. These are 2-year deltas, folks.
Now I see it look the same.
Adhere to me.
These do not match. Michael Flynn charged in special counsel's Russia investigation, and House report backs claim that FBI agents did not think Flynn lied despite guilty plea. Reread drops. Future proves past. You have more than you know. Look at what we're showing you. We're showing you future proves past right here. We're trying to give you information to help red pill other people that you know that we had this information 2 years ago, and almost 2 years to the day it was called out yesterday that Michael Flynn will be exonerated this week. Come on, get in here with us.
Get in here. We love you guys. This is a future proves past, folks. Do you guys get it?
Our operation.
Adhere to me, deplorable proud. They like that. They think that's funny.
Let me explain something just real quick. Give me 3, maybe 2 minutes. Not
yes,
even.
Sir.
Okay, so future proves past. Trust the plan. Recognize you don't know the dang plan. None of us do. We can't know the plan. If Q was posting us the plan, what good would the plan be? Period. Okay, so we understand that we don't really know the plan. What we have to realize is Q is not Nostradamus. Okay, this is not a prophetic dreaming thing that Q is doing and saying, oh, this is going to happen one day. No, this is a planned operation laid out on a calendar and with multiple historical events as markers to try to map this out of how they're going to take this all down. Future proves past. What is our job? Our job, are we Q decoders or are we information presenters? Okay. Our job is that we know we don't know the plan. We know there is a plan. Future proves past. Our job is to take news as it comes in and connect it back with the Q posts.
Boom.
That's our job. That's what we're supposed to do. That is how we prove to people that don't know any difference how and that Q is legitimate. It doesn't have anything to do with the vice president. Okay, right now the vice president, it does not really.
Flynn is going to be exonerated, folks.
That's so. I mean, let's get on the same page and let's understand that this is huge news that red pills people, because they understand that there's no way that these dates could be hitting to the exact day 2 years ago. They're talking directly about what it is that's directly in the news 2 years later.
Crazy.
Future proves past. That's our job.
Crazy, right?
It's not Nostradamus in here.
No, it's not Nostradamus. This is like stuff that's happening, and this is 2 years ago to the day, folks.
Like the day.
The day.
I don't know. Maybe I'm over. Maybe I'm reading too. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe.
It seems incredibly relevant.
And POTUS just tweeted about the Nobel Peace Prize. He misspelled it on purpose. But look at that. 2 hours ago, on this day, GOP lawmakers say Donald Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize for the Korean deal. Look at that. He just tweeted about that. Here's Q Post 1285, Shady. This is it. I think, let's see. 1285. Congress passed Public Law 94-503, limiting the FBI director to a single term of no longer than 10 years. Reconcile, Q. And guess who's messing with Flynn? The FBI. Trump considered Mueller for FBI before the director was named special counsel. Q's helping us reconcile. Right? There's a history of the directors. Now and then. They never had a term. Counsel. Here he is. He's been on the White House shortlist to run for FBI. And he didn't get it, Shady.
Yeah. Denied.
Here's a big one, Shady. Maybe we either, if I can bring it, there we go. Oh, too big. I don't know. This is a big one, Shady.
You ready?
Let's do it. Let me see. Let me just double check. Yeah, let's do it. Because this is 2 year deltas to the day. Flynn being exonerated. His timestamp led to one of these posts, guys.
What's the number on it?
1286.
We'll grab it over here and read it from here. But here we go.
Yeah, I'll get it for you. Hey, let's get it so we can all read it better. I said 1286, right? Adhere to me. Adhere to me, guys. Adhere.
Do it in Bill Clinton's voice.
Hey, guys, if you guys don't adhere to Shady and Matrix, you guys are missing a whole bunch of lot there.
And how would Britt Hume say it?
I'm Britt Hume. You guys better adhere to Matrix and Shady. They're bringing the news like I can't.
There we go. Now
I'm Britt Hume. More at 11. Sexy vinyl vixens. Oh, did I?
No, don't go there.
Here we go. Huge post.
Post 1286, reconcile. Reporting incorrect per White House. Question mark. The day before, enemy, slave, Mueller and Uranium One.
Guilty.
Mueller and Politico story. Robert Mueller, counsel financial records. Comey to POTUS, not being investigated. RR to POTUS, not being investigated. Mueller to POTUS, not a criminal target. Then 3 other articles here. Baiting POTUS? Why no contact with WikiLeaks and Julian Assange? What is being investigated? Why is Mueller's team stacked with ex-Clinton D senior level authorities? Why are POTUS supporters screaming for end? POTUS witch hunt end? And add Rudy. Quiet. Can the investigation officially publicly drop POTUS from review and continue? Why did the Podesta Group close shop? Why are known bad actors in full support of Mueller? Why did POTUS interview FBI Director Mueller a day prior to SC appointment if impossible to assign position? Why did Sessions recuse himself? What are the powers of Huber and the IG? H in parentheses. Who has the power? Who can know? Are Dems using as midterm tactic to win the House? Are Dems using as ammo to gain majority to impeach? Impeach on what grounds? What facts exist to impeach? House report, POTUS, no evidence of collusion. Mueller report will contradict per Brennan tweet today. Disconnect exists. R's, D's, negative for POTUS. Insurance policy. Comey release of memos to obtain special counsel. Special counsel attack POTUS witch hunt. Special counsel Comey, RR state POTUS not under investigation. Flynn pleads guilty to none committed crime. S interviewed. SP relationship with judge. Number 2, Strzok page. SP 302 modifications. This is showing you the 302 modifications in April 27 of 2018. Fusion GPS. We just talked about Fusion GPS, connection with CrowdStrike. The Brits, raw intel, dossier, Five Eyes, Google, DNC rigging, super delegates, funding, voter rolls agreement, BS, election voter fraud, CIA, DNI, FBI, DOJ, Secretary of State, President. More than you can imagine, or the dots in there, regarding HRC insurance and win. Why? Cover. Remainder. Illegal acts. Confused. Special counsel targeting who? Special counsel on team. Special counsel off team. Questions reveal answers. Time will tell. Q.
Wow. 2-year delta today, guys.
2 years today.
All right, so let's go to, wait, where is it? I'm sorry.
And, this is part of the whole narrative that was run by, the naysayers, the people who were against Q, that trying to claim that Q was claiming that Mueller was a white hat. That is not what was in the Q map.
Yep. Yeah, he made $3.5 million since the beginning of 2016, this guy, guys.
That's some good bread.
That's some good bread. If you make it, he will crumb. Mueller claims Trump is not criminal target in his investigation. That was leaked. Turley said, and we've been dropped this article a lot, guys. And he said, read it. This is appointing Utah federal prosecutor much better for Trump than a second special counsel. You see, this is the start. What was the start? Durham. The start, guys.
And then what did Durham lead to? Durham led to Huber, and Huber is focused on all things Hillary Clinton.
That's right. Also, we have this. This is another one. This is
and
another.
Bill.
Hey, Shady, stop it! Don't
I'm
remind
telling you,
everybody. I'm
you're
trying to cut a deal.
You can't look. You're not.
I'm trying to cut a deal, Shady. Damn it! Quit picking on me all the time. I tell you, you got something against me?
It's not your age.
You want to go?
Let's go.
Adhere to me, Shady. Adhere to me.
Go.
Adhere to me.
All right, so this is another one, 1287. I mean, geez, this is Cohen was raided by the FBI. Do you guys remember that? That was the same time, I think, as the Trump Tower fire. Very interesting, right?
Yep.
This is public context and regarding payments to Stormy Daniels. Who remembers any of that anymore? Special counsel.
Michael Avenatti is not my president.
Yeah, right. Didn't they just release him due to the COVID?
That's what they said. They let him out.
You just can't make this stuff up. All right, why other docs were collected? How many places were raided? Raid on the President of the United States' attorney for payment details regarding a private case regarding Stormy Daniels? Think logically. How do you do evidence into an investigation legally? Exactly what we're doing and seeing playing out today, Shady. What do you think?
5-5.
Yeah?
Yep.
Who has everything? Your president.
The White Hats.
Method which info collected obtained admissible in the court of law. Insert Rudy. Have we seen Rudy inserted regarding Ukraine, guys? First public statement.
Rudy was the main person out there telling the truth.
Yeah. And guys, by the way, it looks like they are attacking the stream pretty hard. Shady, LK Dark to Light just reported that they've kicked him out of the stream 5 times, and they've unsubscribed him to us.
While he was watching the show?
Yes. So, guys, check your subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. They could have unsubbed you.
How rude.
Come on, YouTube. And they're showing people commercials, and they demonetized us, guys.
They're going to throw our mods out of the show?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah, it's not Jeffrey, it's Jeffrey N2Q. So let's keep going. So first public statement. It shouldn't take more than a week or two to come to a resolution on the probe. And that's Giuliani vows to wrap up Mueller probe. Remember that? Think resignations. Oh my God, guys, we've got like 12,000 resignations. Who has the power? If POTUS was weakened in a weakened position, about to be impeached and indicted, why would they resign? Good question. And also the resignations of the people in Senate not running, right? Why are we here? Public forum, world watching, sharing of intel to bad actors, purpose, not confirming SC is on team, question, everything, timing is important, planned, Q. Now, this is where everybody's like, oh, well, I wonder if the special counsel is on the team because he's a Marine. You know, Marines have authority to the president. They subscribe. So this is where they keep, they think Mueller's on POTUS's team. Well, if you look at the way, if Mueller wasn't on the POTUS's team, in my opinion, he'd have been sharp as a tack, laying out his case like there's no problem. Instead, it looked like he's never even seen his own damn report, Shady.
Nope, it looked like he had been hidden and protected from even viewing any of it and allowed them to dig their own graves again.
Yeah. So I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm not saying that is the case, but check it out, guys. Just have an open mind. Here's another one. 2-year Delta, folks. Focus only on the FBI for now. Jim Rabicki, Chief of Staff, Senior Counselor, fired. James Baker, General Counsel, fired. Andrew McCabe, Deputy Director, fired. James Comey, Director, fired. Bill Priestap, Head of Counterintelligence and Strzok's boss. Cooperating witness, power removed. Peter Strzok, Deputy Assistant Director, Counterintelligence, Cooperating Witness, power removed. Lisa Page, Attorney with the FBI's Office of General Counsel, Cooperating Witness, power removed. Conspiracy? Think about the above. Only the above. Get the picture? Q. And everybody's like, nothing's happening, Shady.
Nope, nothing is happening.
Jeffrey Russell wants to know what KEK means. Basically, it's LOL. It's the best way to put it.
Yeah, it's Anon speak for LOL.
Peace on the Korean Peninsula isn't big news. Should we drop a Moab on that? Timetable shift next week. Q. Now, this was when they said that it wasn't going to happen, guys. And basically, here we go. This is another good one too. Normies only watch CNN. Normies are regular people, like, people that watching CNN and even Fox News only, right? Not digging on their own. Normies only watch CNN. They don't even know any of this is happening. We are too smug. Q says, hope not. Might as well go sit in the CIA. Russia grounding our military planes in Syria. Military aircraft crashing in U.S. Coincidence? Autists need Red Bull? Q. So drink up. All right, so here we go. This is 1291. 2-year Delta from today. Flynn post leads to 2-year Delta being Flynn is safe, guys. Mathematically impossible. This is you act as if I haven't talked at length about this. We've created threads, research topics, and more about grounded planes, backdoors, and retaliation. I'm really sick of autists not getting credit for the work we've already done. By the way, you can take anything I've done, use it, and share it. What's mine is yours, guys. How many times can I yell into an echo chamber? Chamber. No single public arrest. Pedophiles still public. We've lost our jobs over this. Lost friends. Still nothing to show. Who makes arrests? FBI and DOJ? Can you make arrests with a crooked FBI senior team? See previous posts about FBI. Not easy for anyone. We are in this together. Much appreciation. It is what you don't know and can't see ongoing that will validate your efforts. Trust the plan. Step back. Remove arrests. What do you see? Stage being set. Godspeed. Patriot. Q. And look we're saying in this together all the time now, Shady, right there. Even the stars that are going to be going down are saying it. All right, so this is it. And then General Flynn changed his banner that day. It looked like tidal wave to calm water surfing. Very interesting, guys. So has the storm arrived, right? Geez, I do a lot of threads, guys. Go to Threadreader apps, subscribe over there, check them out. There's over 400. And Shady, I want to go over this one really quick, Shady. This is my 427 thread for 18. Let me just find the one that I wanted to go over today. Because I want to go over this before this show goes. In 15 minutes, we're going to head over to our friend, LK Dark to Light, for a field trip, Shady.
I can't remember. I can't remember if we mentioned, but the president did. Retweet Barbara Flynn, Barbara Redgate yesterday.
Yeah,
Flynn,
and she went and grabbed another bottle of Boone's Farm because they were selling.
Oh yeah, maybe we did cover it. Yeah, sorry.
No need to be sorry.
No, we did cover it.
But let's just listen to this real quick.
The Constitution says treason is punishable by death. You've accused your adversaries of treason. Who specifically are you accusing of treason?
Well, I think a number of people, and I think what you look is that they have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person. If you look at Comey, if you look at McCabe, if you look at probably people higher than that, if you look at Strzok, if you look at his lover, Lisa Page, his wonderful lover, the two lovers, they talked openly. They didn't use their private server because they didn't want to get caught, so they used the government server. That was not a good move. He talked about the insurance policy just in case crooked Hillary loses, and that didn't work out too well for them. So you look at them, they want an insurance policy so that should she, for any reason, lose, remember, 100 million to 1. Maybe he said 100 million to nothing. But should she lose, we'll have an insurance policy and we'll get this guy out of office. And that's what they said and that's what they meant. That's treason. That's treason. They couldn't win the election, and that's what happened. And that's what's happening right now because without the treason word, I guess, but that's what's happening now. They don't feel they can win the election, so they're trying to do the 1,000 stabs. Keep stabbing. Let's have a financial. And if you look, for $40 million, I would think seriously that Bob Mueller and his group of 18 killers have gone over my taxes. They've gone over my financial statements to a level that nobody has gone over them before.
Nothing to see here.
And they were not discussed even. They weren't even discussed or brought up. I have great statements.
By the way, the JFK Jr. files, it looks like Biden was called a traitor by JFK Jr. Also, there was a plot to kidnap him that your vice president that is trying to run for office set up, guys. So, just check that out, guys, if you will. We don't have time to go over it today, but there's the link right there, the drop.
Well, we're kind of still in the middle of digging into it. It was 180 pages. A lot of it was redacted. I'm not exactly sure what all's in there yet, but that is very interesting to see some of the back and forth between JFK Jr. calling Joe Biden a traitor a long time ago.
Yep. And now JFK Jr. will be looked at because, hey, the Democrats go like, oh, my God, Biden did that to JFK Jr.?
JFK Jr. was a Democrat.
Uh-huh. All right, so let's go. We got to move because I really want to get into this. So the day before, Trump said, remember, the cure can't be worse than the problem itself. He tweeted this twice yesterday, and he even answered himself, so true. But I answered him as well, saying, yes, sir. So this is the thread that I want to quickly cover, okay? If we go back and realize that this actual read on Twitter right here. All right. So if we actually realize this was the article that was queued, right, by Iron Belly.
Right.
Boy, I tell you, they're messing with me right now today, Shady.
Where's the picture?
There it is.
There it is.
All right. So this scheme essentially merges the Fed and the Treasury into one organization. So meet your new Fed chairman, Donald J. Trump. So the chair serves the master. P equals C. The Pay-Sewer Trust, the United States of America and Body Politic Trust, is now under control by the new chair called Donald J. Trump. And nobody is talking about this. Do you know what the article was called, Shady, that was queued? The Fed's cure risks being worse than the disease, guys.
You don't say.
You don't say, right? And that's why I think it's very, very, very important that we identify this. And I think the president, with those comms yesterday, it said like clockwork was one of the things. And I'm just saying it was interesting that he used the same thing and retweeted and tweeted that I, used for my thread today. And I'm not saying that that's what happened, but nobody is talking about this but Shady and maybe anybody else. I don't know, but let's go through this. So the cure, worse than the disease, Trump pundits would ease virus restrictions, right? Think virus being the Fed. This is the tweet that I used. We cannot let the cure be worse than the problem itself. At the end of the 15-day period, we will make a decision. And that was on 322 tweet. Okay? So then
Very significant day. Understand the ritualistic relevance of 322.
So, yes.
Skull and bones.
So, and the 15th is the IRS. If you think of April 15th.
April 15th is the day they sank the Titanic and make you a ward of the state pay your yearly dues.
Where's my boom? There it is. We got to get that because that's a boom, Shady. So what happened on 4/19/18? The shot heard around the world, Shady?
Yes, sir.
So let's look at this tweet. This is 4/19. Federal Reserve ending. Structure. Q. Okay. So everybody's like not really like decoding this and showing you that basically, do you know the history of the Treasury Department? A lot of people here know because we've kind of covered it, but I put it on Twitter specifically for this reason so people can understand it better. The Department of Treasury began in the turmoil of the Revolution, guys, right? The Continental Congress in Philadelphia deliberated the crucial issue of financing a war of independence against Great Britain. And we can call them the Federal Reserve today. We can scratch out Great Britain and realize that it's the Federal Reserve Bank. So basically, do you realize that Congress issued $2 million in bills to the citizens? Is that happening today, Shady?
Sure is. And also to note with this of the revolution and the Treasury, that was an act of war. Okay, so you have to understand the times. There was no independence from England or from the trust, right? It was all cooperated. It was all being taken over. The Treasury being created was an act of war against the monarchs.
That's right.
Because that was outside of their purview. They were saying we're creating money of people's money. A lot of people don't realize that the federal government in 1777 didn't print money. A matter of fact, the federal government didn't start printing money for everyone until after 1913. Before that, currency was developed and issued by local and state banks. Guys, think the It's a Wonderful Life. The idea of that movie. What was going on in that movie? And Potter.
Yeah, Pottersville. Real quick, Disco Duck says Trump bucks is Fed money. I'm going to prove you wrong right here, Disco Duck. You ready? May I continue? Okay, you ready, Trump bucks? Gold shall destroy the Fed, Shady. Do we have the gold? Yes, gold shall destroy the Fed. Here's CBS News and the gold standard. I just really quick want to get through this. This is the Trump Fed pick wants to revive the gold standard. And here's what he means. Basically, he's got a pick that wants to restore a monetary gold-backed currency, Shady.
And interestingly enough, they're preventing her from being approved.
That's right. I wonder why.
I wonder why. And I wonder why we need an emergency for appointment privileges so that we can have recess appointments.
I am pleased to announce that it is my intention to nominate Dr. Judy Shelton, Executive Director, European Bank of Reconstruction and Development, to the Board of Federal Reserve. Let's keep going. Look at this. We have we are now doing China. They wanted to wait till after the election in order to do the trade.